right, so check it out. That's the newest amp in the Marshall family of amplifiers. I'm Joe Coffey. You're watching PremierGuitar.com. We're at NAMM 2010 in Anaheim. And this is your chance to get to know the JMD 1. I've got Chris here to tell us more about it. Chris, how you doing, man?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. You?
Good to see you. I think it was Frankfurt the last time I saw you.
Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah. It's been a while, eh?
Well, tell us about this amp.
Okay, so this is our first digital venture. It's really an accumulation of a lot of things. It can be looked at as a best of Marshall. It's got a completely digital preamp section containing 16 different sounds. There's four groups of four, so you've got 4 cleans, 4 crunches, 4 overdrives, 4 leads, and they're all based on our classic back catalogue. You know, when we realised it was time for us to do a digital amp, it'd be silly for us to do anybody else's sounds but our own. So there's everything in it from JCM 800 right up to JVM, even more recent stuff like Hayes. 1974, some of the JMP1 sounds, even some pedals and stuff like that, like the governor pedal and stuff like that are in there. There's EL34 power amp and full effects section. You can have up to 3 effects at a time. There's 7 different effects in there, and full programmability. You can store up to 28 sounds in the foot controller, and that includes everything apart from the master volume and the presence control. It will store.
Big rollout last night. I was there at the event. You know, guitar players, Keith Urban's guy, the Donnas, and of course Zach Wild. We saw a lot of different flavors of this thing, and they all sounded great. Yeah,
that was the idea, really. You know, when we do these launches, we try and usually make the most out of what the amps do. You know, when we launched the Class 5, we did it with Joe Bonamassa at a jazz club in London because it was so well suited, the amp, you know, not only to the player but to the venue as well. And we knew that with this, because it has so much capability, we wanted to do something with varied artists, and not the sort of guys that you'd usually see doing clinic type stuff. You know, like Alison from the Donnas, she was kind of nervous doing it, but she did a great job, you know, and it just goes to show the full potential. Like with Brian, who's Keith Urban's guy, you know, he was doing his country thing, and then he was doing some heavier stuff, and then Zach came on, and he was Zach, you know, and they were all playing through the same amp, and you know, and it all sounded great, and it all sounded different too, which is the main thing.
Well, I want our readers, our viewers, to get another chance to hear it again. Now, keep in mind there's YouTube compression and whatnot, but the idea here is to give you an idea of what these different tones sound like. If you want to take us through a few.
Yeah, well, what I've done is I've set up just 4 different sounds, and like I said, when you store them up, it stores absolutely everything. So the first sound I've got is actually a clean sound. The preamp sound is the DSL, the JCM 2000 dual super lead clean channel. Then I've mixed some chorus in there and a bit of reverb, and you get this nice fat clean. Yeah, and you can go from that, you can go straight into like a vintage Marshall 1974 sound. And then from there you can go into, I think this is like a JCM 800 type thing with a bit more gain on it. And then the last one I've got set is a governor pedal fed straight into the power amp with some delay on there as well. Basically, we've got its variation of 50 watt and 100 watt heads and combos. So we're running it through with the M412 cabinet, which came out about the same time as the Marshall MA stuff, which is like a lower cost 4x12. And yeah, it starts with 50 watt combo, 100 watt combo. The 50 watt has one 12-inch speaker, the 100 watt has 2 12-inch speakers, and the heads 50 watt and 100 watt as well. And feature set across the board is all exactly the same, you know. So if you buy the 50 watt combo, it's no different from the 100 watt head. Everything has the same, and the foot controller as well is included in the box. So.
All right, this is MIDI capable as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, full MIDI capabilities, and you can have up to 128 presets if you're using MIDI. If you got the know-how, then it's all good.
Very cool. All right, where can people go to find out more?
MarshallAmps.com. Yeah, everything's on there, all the information and online demos and all the stuff you need to know about the JMD 1.
Thank you so much, sir.
Nice one,
As
dude.
always,
Cheers.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm Joe Coffey. You're watching PremierGuitar.com.